Never get caught doing something that you don't understand, that you can't explain, that you can't even justify. That's what so many people supporting the Palestinian cause are doing. They're doing things, when you ask them the most basic of questions, they cannot answer them. They look terribly unintelligent. Now, I don't believe these people are unintelligent people, but they are people who are intelligent, who do thoughtless things to follow the trend. And that's tragic. And when we do that, we get caught with our pants down. And that's exactly what happens in this video with multiple people being asked some very basic questions.
So I just noticed the signs that you got from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. What does that mean?
Well, it's quite self-explanatory. It needs to be.
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, isn't it? Because I guess what I mean is, how would that come about? What would happen to the Israelis, etc.?
I don't.
Seem like
I'm trying to think of how to word it. Isn't it just as self-explanatory as the area of land? It's Palestine's land.
Yeah. So when you say Palestine, which bit do you mean?
Yeah, the Gaza Strip.
So Gaza Strip?
The West Bank.
West Bank?
Yeah.
That's it?
I don't know. Is there another
I thought it was self-explanatory. I'm getting confused now. I thought it was self-explanatory. What about either of you?
Bullshit question.
It's a bullshit question. Why? Well, tell me, why is it bullshit?
I'm not fucking getting involved in this, but it's so like
Is
inflammatory.
everything right?
No, it's just really inflammatory.
Asking what that time means.
Yeah.
It's inflammatory. Why is that?
I'm not getting involved.
Okay. All right. I didn't say anything. I was just asking what it meant.
Oh.
Do you agree with the sign?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, of course.
And what does it mean to you?
Palestinians to be free,
It says Palestine, so I was asking them which bit of the area.
Yeah, the people that are being oppressed, for them to be free,
Yeah.
Gaza, West Bank, them people to be free, yeah.
Gaza and West Bank.
Yeah, all Palestinians in general, because we know that what's going on. All of them are being oppressed, so for them to be free, it's nothing, it's clear as day,
Yeah. Well, I was just asking them which bit of the land they mean, because some
okay.
people mean all of the land, including the bit where Israel is now, and that's why there's some debate about, what
I
that
think
means.
the main message is Palestinians that are being oppressed, for them to be free, and for everyone to live in harmony, regardless of your religion or whatever it is, because historically speaking, we say Muslims, Jews, Christians have been living there for centuries, living in good peace. But when only in recent times all of this issue has been going on, But I think it's
How long would you say this issue's been going on?
As far as I know, obviously I'm not as educated on this topic, for example, with other people, but for roughly around 75 years, since I think the mandate from 45, just before after World War, I think is when the issues, when the British came and started cutting up lands and taking the lands of the Palestinians, I think that's when the issue started,
Well, yeah, before that you had the Ottoman Empire there, which had very strong control over the area. Yeah, that makes sense.
Any attack on civilians is not justified, regardless of whatever happened, But I think the issue really what is the origin of this problem? History has not started October 7th.
No,
we have to see the real origin of this was, as I said, 75 years ago. Obviously, I'm not as educated on this topic, but because what I see now is this whole issue is being portrayed as if civilization and history started from October 7th and onwards. But no, that's not the real, that's only a aspect. The whole issue is obviously, as we said, from 70, 80 years ago, and I think that contributes to what is going on today from both sides, from the Palestinian side as well as the Israeli side.
All right, so we are now heading off from Bank towards Parliament, which is where the protest is supposed to be, and it's kind of loose at the moment. There is a lot of people here, but it's not jam-packed as we've seen at some other protests. We've had a few conversations with people, obviously. Very interesting takeaways. I mean, when you talk to people about what, let's say, from the river to the sea means, a lot of them don't really, we had one group that said it was self-explanatory, and when I asked them to explain it, didn't really happen. Build a new Workers' Party, a socialist alternative to Sunak and Starmer for a socialist intifada.
Yeah.
What's a socialist intifada?
If I'm being honest with you, I just got this at the stand over there.
Okay.
I don't actually know the definition of the word intifada,
Okay.
but I mean...
Do any of you know the definition of the word intifada? Stop bombing Gaza, that makes sense. What about that one?
From the river to the sea.
Yeah. And what does that mean?
Well, it means it's to stop the Israeli occupation of Palestine.
From which river to which sea?
River Jordan.
From
Bank of the west bank of the River Jordan.
from the Jordan to the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah. So does that mean that all of Israel should be what is now Israel should be Palestine, in your opinion?
No, I personally don't think that. I think there's. I mean, I'm definitely not the person to talk to about this, but I know that there's multiple strategies that people have come up with, like a two-state solution or one-state solution. I think ideally, I would like to see one multi-faith state that is neither Israel nor Palestine.
Walking with this protest, there's definitely a much younger demographic here than the March Against Anti-Semitism which we attended at the end of last year. That matches up well with the evidence which shows that young people are more likely to support Palestine than Israel in this conflict.
How tragic. These young people grabbing signs. They have no idea what these signs mean. They have no idea what they're campaigning for. They just have the slogan, Israeli oppression. This is the level of intelligence that our societies are in the West, where we're supposed to be educated, are falling down to. A tragic